guys, welcome to another video. It's morning and I just wanted to get on and introduce the video. I've just been filming little bits and pieces over the last few days. I'm not quite sure what to talk about these days, but this video is dedicated to one of my subscribers, Roanne Barnes. If you're still subscribed, I just answered a question in the first segment of the video for you. Just my thoughts on what your question was, so that's there. And yeah, thank you for the continued subscriptions and likes, and if you would like to comment, I always love reading those. Right, here's the video. Hey guys, so a while ago on my channel, someone called Roanne Barnes asked me to address a question that kind of really resonated, because I've had to do this myself. And she said that she's had an eating disorder a long time, approximately 30 years, and has never been an adult without it, which is something that is exactly the same for me. I have never been an adult who has not had an anorexia. So it feels like the only version of me that I have. And how do you try to find yourself inside after all these years? Because I'm really struggling right now. She's really struggling with that. And I have to say that I go back and forth with this one all the time. Sometimes I think I'm just the eating disorder and it's inescapable part of me, but she was talking about really wanting to find the true person inside. I think of that person as the one that we never let grow up, had eating disorders or anorexia all our lives, and so the child inside us stopped developing, and they're still inside there, and I think they're crying. So it's really hard to answer this question at this point, but I do want to address it, because for myself, I believe the anorexia is part of me for life. I believe that recovery is not possible, like a full recovery. I think that it might only be getting by for myself, but I know that I've tried to do this in the past, and I try to give myself reminders sometimes about there is actually a me in there, and I sometimes like to try and grab her out. So first of all, I will link it in the description. There is a poem called I call it the What You're Not poem. It's always been a fabulous way that I've used to remind myself of the importance of who I am inside, what I am and what I am actually not. And I just really hope, Roanne, if you're out there, that you enjoy that and you find it helpful and it brings you some peace. The other thing is, and I did this a lot with recovery of PTSD, is consider writing lists whenever you need to remind yourself of all the things that you actually are. And you can use the poem as a guide on that. It's a really, really powerful poem. Also, if you can try and do new things that maybe you haven't tried before, you might discover new aspects of your identity that you didn't really know might be there. So for me, I took up the portraiture. I mean, I always knew I was an artist inside and I really wanted to do more of it, but I think I found the passion with doing portraiture, because I decided to try it, finally try it. But you know, there's always tons of things that you could try out that might bring you another perspective on yourself. Find your truth and your spirit. The other thing is, sorry, I've just got some notes here that I made. Another thing is to use your friendships and your family ships, as I call them, to help you. I think that they see us totally differently to what we see ourselves as, and if you are looking for who you really are, I'm sure those people will have had a really good glimpse of you over your life. Even though you've had anorexia, there would have been many times where they have seen what a beautiful person you are. And don't be afraid to talk to them and say what is it about me that is so lovable, and that will remind you. I also, it's another resource that I like, that I used a lot and I still use a lot, to help me with my PTSD, and that is the person called Tara Brach, and I'll link her channel down below. She's on YouTube. She's a psychologist and a meditation leader, and she does wonderful talks, and she has a lot of awesome content about trusting your inner self and going inward and being really present with yourself. And I feel like that has really helped me with the kind of struggle that you're going through, and really helped me with my PTSD as well. So I really hope that some of this stuff that I've just said doesn't sound silly or really cliched, because it actually is stuff that I have used and still used to try and make contact with that inner person, or that person who's the best version of myself, even though I still hang on to my eating disorder. So there you go, that's what I have to offer, Rowan. Little violas that I bought up at Bunnings the other day, and I'm just going to uncrowd them a little bit and prune off some of the ones that have died. I never usually buy flowers, but I just love violas and pansies and also orithas. I'm just going to repot some of those stems and buds so that we haven't got so much in one pot. There. Now I've got 2 pots with viola in them, and hopefully they're going to thrive. However, given my lack of a green thumb and poor track record with looking after plants, we'll see. But I'm determined that I'm going to love these little ones. I'm determined that they're going to stay strong, because they're so beautiful. I'm lonely today, guys. I'm really lonely. I just wish there was someone I could talk to, so I guess I'm just talking to you. I suppose there's 1 or 2 people I could call, but they're probably busy, and maybe I'm just really tired, I don't know, but I'm just really lonely. I don't even know why. Got a bunch of sort of random questions that I thought I might answer while I do this video. So things that I look forward to every day. The first thing is waking in the morning and not having pain. When I started to do a lot more meditation about 1.5 years ago, it sort of helped my brain to calm down a lot, and I was able to use the meditations from mostly Tara Brach and the Curable app, and I credit that with a lot of my healing from pain. As soon as I wake in the morning and I know that I'm going to be okay, I feel this incredible elation. Because in the past I missed out on about 3 years of my life. I look forward to a big cuddle from my daughter when I go upstairs. I then look forward to my nice coffee that I always make. And I look forward to just doing things around the house. I look forward to painting. I look forward to just doing question time with my daughter. We have this thing where we get together and have a coffee together, and we answer random questions. So something inspirational. What does my ideal life look like? In some ways I feel like lost the chance for my ideal life to work out, but if it could be real, this is what it would look like. I wish for having a proper art studio, a big area, proper art studio in my house. That might happen in the next couple of years, I hope. And to be able to paint portraits on commission and make some income from that. I would love to be a regular surfer again. I'm hoping that with my daughter learning to surf perhaps at the end of the year, that I might be able to get back into that in a small way. I would like to see more of my friends. A lot of the time I'm very, very lonely, and partly that's because I work from home, I guess, and I don't have that contact with other adults a lot of my time. A lot of my time is just spent at home working because I work from home, and painting's quite solitary. I don't really know any other artists, but I would like to see more of my friends. I get to see them for coffee every now and again at the moment. 5 things that well, not 5 things, but just some things that I appreciate about my own self and who I am is that I'm very determined in everything that I kind of undertake. And if I wasn't, I wouldn't have even lasted this long with anorexia, because a lot of anorexia sufferers die before they get to my age if they've been living the way that I have in terms of weight and stuff. But I've survived so far, and I attribute a lot of that to just a heap of determination. I like my values. I'm very proud of the things I believe in, and I'm very confident in the things that I know, just not about myself, but also about what's going on in the world. I do a lot of research into that, and I'm very proud of that. It's benefited my own life, and it's also benefited my daughter and my daughter's health. And I appreciate my thrill seeker, my inner thrill seeker. And I'm very proud of the decision I made to have my daughter, and that's been the most life-changing decision that I made. And I did that despite my anorexia. I was able to have a baby, and a lot of people who suffer from anorexia, as long as I have, just never get that chance for various reasons. And so I am very proud of myself for pushing myself to do that, despite how hard it was, despite everything I went through when I did it. She's the best thing that ever happened to me, of course, and I wouldn't have got her if I hadn't done a whole lot of things that a lot of people thought that I probably couldn't do. Here's the finished product of this little boy that I've been working on for several weeks now. It takes a long time because you have about 3 to 4 layers of coloured paint to do, and each one has to dry in the middle, because oil paints need to dry between layers if you use that method. And so, yep, this one is done. I am trying to think of a name for him. I have Artie in mind, so little Artie, but I am open to suggestions. He's my first oil portrait that I've done outside of the coursework, and so I'm quite proud of him.